What's up, guys? It's Joe Clem 15 coming at you again. I'm gonna make a video before I work out at my wonderful gym. I see this flyer at the front door. Look at this. This weekend's fight. Look at this. This is what's wrong with boxing. Sometimes people say boxing is dead. Nah, man. Boxing's not dead. First of all, people have always said that. It's almost as if the sport is forever dying. Boxing's not dead. It's on crack. $25. A ticket start for $25. For the past 3 weeks, I've been telling people, like, this is the fight to see. This is like a really big deal to me. How often do you get to see two black, well, okay, regardless if they're black or not, but still a rarity in its own self, two undefeated fighters coming up, not necessarily even being built up, with too many, too much aid, coming in the ring to fight each other. How often do you see that these days? And it's funny because we gotta pay $70 to watch Pacquiao Algieri or Mayweather Maidana. We gotta pay we get to pay $25 to go see a live fight between Shawn Porter and Kell Brook. I'm going. I don't know, whoever lives in South California, you better go to this fight. If I don't have to work on Saturday, I'm going to this shit. More expensive to get into a club in Hollywood. Are you serious? It's almost as if we have our priorities mixed up. How did it get to this point to where the best fights are not on pay-per-view? It's crazy. I would be willing to pay $50 for this. If this was if you had a decent undercard and this was the main event, why not? A title fight, IBF. But it is sad because their following is not as big. Well, Kell Brooks is, because he's actually from a country, the UK. But it's like, if you're not coming from a nation, if you don't have a nation behind you, then it's hard to get backing, even if you're a good fighter. Andre Ward, for what he's worth, he should be making more. He should be a bigger draw. The fact that he's number 1 or number 2 pound for pound and hasn't had a pay-per-view fight is ridiculous. It's a popularity contest. It's politics. I mean, we all know that, but what I mean by politics, it's like the money juggernauts in the sport. Almost like music, like Iggy. Like, how the fuck did this bitch come out of nowhere? Oh, I don't want to talk about that too much, but let's get a face, build them up, back them up, and if they represent a certain amount of people, then we can use that to our advantage and exploit that, and milk money as much as we can before we build up the next superstar. We have 2 young stars coming up, undefeated, getting ready to lay it on the line, and I promise you, these fighters are hungry as hell. Quite often, you do not see promoters trying to match up their fighters when they're in their prime at this young. I mean, well, Kell is, he's like had 30 fights, but I guess now is the time. But that's good. I'm encouraged to see that boxing is not dead. It's just on crack. By the way, I'll do a prediction later. It's been one of my hardest fights to predict. But at the end of the day, Saturday come, there should be no excuses. Everybody should be watching this fight. Unless you have a date, unless, you got to take your mom out for dinner, unless you got to, you have to have a damn good excuse. Everybody should be supporting this fight. Everybody should be, because everybody want to bitch about having a pay-per-view, and then people want to skip out on blessings. Watch this damn fight. Make sure you see it. Support it. Give it revenue. It being on Showtime, let the ratings hit the roof. Fans got to be held accountable too. Don't just blame boxing. Like, boxing is an entity. Like, it's like, damn, I wonder what boxing had for lunch today. Like, now. Your complaints about boxing, fans are boxing. It's all one thing, not two separate things. 15 out.